56. Wild spirit slays brutish bandits. Wayward way sets loose mind monkey. The poem says, that mind is called pure when it holds nothing. All quiet with not one thought arising. Firmly restrain the monkey and the horse. Guard both spirit and sperm to stay on course. Discard the 6 robbers. Awake to the 3 wains. Causations halted, all things will be plain. Depraved forms destroyed, to true realm you rise. To sit and enjoy the western paradise. We were telling you about our Tripitaka Tang, who, with such grim determination that he would have bitten through an iron nail, had managed to preserve his body from ruin. Moreover, he was fortunate enough to have had Pilgrim and his other assistants slaughter the scorpion spirit and rescue him from the cave of the lute. As they set out on their journey, it was the season of clear, clement weather again, when warm breezes oft wafted the wild orchid scent. Young bamboos cooled off as cleansing rain ceased. None picked the moxa leaves all o'er the hills. Rush flowers filled the streams to display their hues. Bright pomegranates pleased the wandering bees. Yellow birds bustled in the brook's willow shade. Rice cakes were not wrapped on a long journey, though dragon boats now mourned at Miluo stream. As master and disciples enjoyed this scenery of the double 5th festival season when the sun was high in the sky, they found once more a tall mountain blocking their path. Reining in his horse, the elder turned his head to address his disciples. Wukong, there's a mountain ahead of us. I fear that it may breed fiends. Please be careful. Please don't worry, master, replied Pilgrim. We make submission to the faith in complete obedience. Why worry about fiends? Delighted by what he heard, the elder urged his horse forward, and in a little while they arrived at a tall ledge on the mountain. This was what they saw as they looked around. The peaks, pines and cedars join the clouds in blue. Wild creepers hang on the cliffs, briars and thorns. 10,000 feet, lofty. 1,000 tiers, sheer hanging. 10,000 feet of lofty, rugged peak. 1,000 tiers of sheer, hanging buff. Jade green moss and lichen on dark rocks spread. Large forests formed by tall junipers and elms. Deep in the forest. Listen to the birds. Their skillful voices make singable songs. The brooklet's water flows like splashing jade. The roadside's petals rest as mounds of gold. This wretched mount, so hard to scale. Walk 10 steps, and not even one is flat. Travelers meet in pairs, the foxes and deer. They face in twos both black apes and white fawns. All at once there's a fearsome tiger roar. Or the crane cry that reaches heaven's court. Yellow plums, red apricots make worthy fruits. Wild grass and flowers are of name unknown. The 4 of them entered the mountain and journeyed slowly for a long time. After they passed the summit, they went down the west slope until they came to a piece of level ground. Attempting to show off his energy, Zhu 8 Rules asked Sha Monk to pull the luggage while he raised high his muckrake with both his hands and went forward to drive the horse. The horse, however, was not at all afraid of him. Though 8 Rules whooped and hollered, he kept on trotting slowly. Brother, said Pilgrim, why are you driving him? Let him walk slowly. It's getting late, answered 8 Rules. And we've been walking for a whole day since we ascended this mountain. I'm getting hungry. Let's hurry and see if we can find a house where we can beg some food. When Pilgrim heard this, he said, in that case, let me make him run. He waved the golden hooped rod once and gave a shout. Immediately, the horse shot away like an arrow on the level road. For what reason, you say, is the horse afraid of Pilgrim and not of 8 Rules? Pilgrim, you see, was appointed an official, the title being Banhorse Plague, at the imperial stable in heaven by the Jade Emperor 500 years ago. Ever since that time, horses have been afraid of apes. Unable to hang onto the reins, our elder at this moment could only cling to the saddle and allow the horse to go in a gallop some 20 miles before it slowed again as it came upon some open fields. At that moment, a sudden clang of gongs brought out from both sides of the road some 30 men, all armed with spears, scimitars, staffs, and rods. They barred the way and cried, "Monk! Where are you off to?" The Tang monk was so terrified and shaking so violently that he fell down from the horse. Crouching in the bushes by the road, he could only say, "Great kings, spare me! Please spare me!" Two burly men at the head of the band said, "We won't hit you, but you must leave us your travel money." Only then did the elder realize that these were bandits. As he got up slowly, he stole a glance at them and saw that one had a green face with fangs beating Jupiter's. One had round and bulging eyes like Death himself. Their temples' red hair seemed like soaring flames. Like pins stuck to their chins were their yellow beards. The two had striped tiger skin caps on their heads, and sable battle kilts around their waists. One held in his hands a wolf-teeth club, and on one's shoulder rested a knotty staff. Indeed, this one was no less than a hill-pawing tiger. Truly, that one looked like a dragon darting out of water. When he saw how ferocious they were, Tripitaka had no choice but to get up, and pressing his palms together before him, he said, "Great kings, this humble priest is someone sent by the Tang Emperor in the land of the East to go to the Western Heaven to acquire scriptures. Since I left our capital, Chang'an, it has been many years. Even if I had any travel money, I have long spent it. Those of us who have left the family live by begging. Where do I have cash? I beg the great kings to be kind and let this humble priest pass through." The two bandit chiefs drew near and said, "We have resolved to stand guard by this main road like a tiger with the sole intention of picking up some cash or money. What do you mean by kindness? If you don't have any money, take off your clothes quickly and leave us the white horse, too. We'll let you pass then." "Amitabha," replied Tripitaka, "the robe on this poor priest has been made from cloth begged from one family and needles from another. It is a garment, in fact, that has come from patchwork begging. Wouldn't it be just like killing me if you stripped me of it? You might be valiant men in this life, but you might become beasts in the next." Angered by what he heard, one of the bandits wielded a big rod and wanted to hit the elder, who did not say a word but thought to himself, "Alas! Now you boast of your rod, but you have little idea of my disciple's rod." The bandit, of course, did not permit any further discussion. Lifting his rod, he started to shower the elder with blows. Now, our elder had never lied in his life before, but faced with such a dilemma, he had no choice but to mouth falsehood. "Please do not raise your hands, great kings, both of you," he said. "I have a young disciple, who should arrive any moment. He has on him several ounces of silver, which I'll be glad to give to you." "This monk," said the bandit, "can't take any pain. Let's tie him up." His followers acted at once and bound their victim with a rope, after which he was hung high on a tree. We tell you now about those three rowdy troublemakers who were chasing the horse from behind. Laughing uproariously, 8 Rules said, "Master has gone off so quickly. I wonder where he's waiting for us." Then he caught sight of the elder hanging on a tree in the distance, and he said, "Look at Master. He should have just waited for us. But no, he's so spirited that he has to climb a tree for fun, swinging back and forth on a vine." When Pilgrim saw that, he said, "Idiot, don't babble. Isn't Master being hung up there? The two of you stay back, and let me go take a look. Dear great sage." He jumped up to a knoll nearby, and when he stared in front of him, he recognized at once that there was a group of bandits. Secretly pleased, he thought to himself, "Lucky. Lucky. Business is at the door." Walking down from the knoll, he changed with one shake of his body into a young priest wearing a clerical robe. He was only about 16 years old, and he had a blue cloth wrap on his shoulder. In big strides, he came up to where his master was, crying, "Master, what do you have to say for yourself? Who are these bad men? O disciple," replied Tripitaka. "Aren't you going to rescue me? Why all these questions? What sort of business are they engaged in?" asked Pilgrim. Tripitaka replied, "They are highwaymen. They barred my way and asked for toll money. As I had nothing on me, they tied me up and hung me here. They are waiting for you to show up to finish the discussion with them. If nothing works, we may have to give them this horse of ours." On hearing this, Pilgrim chuckled and said, "Master, you are so weak. There are many monks in the world, but few are as thin-skinned as you. The Tang Emperor, Taizong, sent you to see Buddha in the Western Heaven. But who told you to give away this dragon horse?" "O disciple," said Tripitaka, "they've already tied me up like this. If they want to beat me for fun, what shall I do?" "What did you say to them anyway?" asked Pilgrim. "They threatened me with beatings," said Tripitaka, "until I had no choice but to make a confession about you." "Master," said Pilgrim, "you are such a lark. What kind of confession did you make about me?" Tripitaka replied, "I said that you had some travel money, just to make them stop hitting me. It was something to get me out of a jam." "Fine. Fine. Fine," said Pilgrim. "Thanks for doing me this favor. That's exactly the sort of confession about me I want. If you can make it 70 or 80 times a month, Old Monkey will have lots of business." When those bandits saw him chatting with his master like that, they spread out and had them entirely surrounded. "Little monk," one of them said, "your master told us that you had some travel money. Take it out quickly and your lives will be spared."